Well, in other news, Israel and Hamas head back to the negotiating table to work out a deal to free more hostages. At the same time, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is holding the line on his demands to finish the war on Hamas. Chris Mitchell reports from Jerusalem.
Netanyahu says the plan already agreed to by Israel and supported by President Biden allows the return of hostages without jeopardizing the goals of the war. His non-negotiable principles include Israel's ability to resume the fighting, ending weapons smuggling from Egypt to Hamas, and maximizing the number of living hostages released by Hamas. In Gaza, the IDF took some foreign journalists inside Rafah, the scene of 2 months of fighting.
Hamas has been building cable tunnels. Some of those tunnels are really flat. And Hamas has built everything in a civilian neighborhood, among houses, among mosques, among the population, in order to create its their ecosystem.
In the north, Israel's defense minister toured the border with Lebanon. He says what happens in Gaza won't affect the fight against Hezbollah.
Even if we reach an agreement regarding the hostages deal in the south, it does not affect what is happening here.
Gallant also says Israel won't allow the terror group to attack northern Israel on a daily basis and keep some 80,000 citizens from returning to their homes.
We're in critical days and need to use our power because at the end, our enemy is an enemy that only understands force.
Sunday, Hezbollah launched its deepest attack into Israel with some 20 rockets near the Sea of Galilee, where several were intercepted and one seriously wounded a civilian. Also this weekend, Hezbollah sponsor Iran announced a so-called moderate, Masoud Pezeshkian, beat a hardliner to become Iran's next president. Iranian-born analyst Eli Cohen wrote on X, calling anyone in the regime a moderate means they will only moderately torture and murder the opposition. Cohen also noted the ultimate power in Iran lies with the supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.
Well, let us hope that Khamenei is looking at these election results and coming to the conclusion that perhaps it's not in the best long-term interest of Iran to continue the battle against Israel. That's my prayer and certainly my hope. But we're looking at Hamas, we're looking at Hezbollah, both of them funded by Iran, both of them funded by other sources within the Middle East, whether it's the Muslim Brotherhood or Qatar, all these various funding sources for terror, and it's all bent on the destruction of Israel. This is a crucial time for the state of Israel. It's also a crucial time for democracies in the West to wake up to the very present threat that Hamas and Hezbollah pose, because Iran says Israel is the little Satan, but we're the big one. You and I are the great Satan. And so when they finish, they think they finish with Israel, guess who their next target is? It'll be Europe. It'll be the United States. It's time to stand with Israel and say, no, you don't get to export this kind of violent ideology. This has no place in the civilized world. It needs to stop now.